So at the end of the last video, you were shown very quickly the tangent sum and difference formulas or identities. We use those words interchangeably. Um, I just want to show you an example of using the tangent because it's way more involved, to be honest. Um, and again, you never have to memorize these formulas. You will always use your formula sheet when you take your exams in Math 112. So like we saw in the beginning of these notes, we have some key values on our unit circle in that first quadrant. And like Jessica showed you in the previous video as well, let's change those to all being a denominator of 12. So doing this quickly since we've already done it. All right, so here we are. And nope, sorry, jumped the gun there. We want this to be 6 pi over 12. Okay. So once again, we're looking for two values that will add up to 7 pi over 12 or subtract. You can do that if you'd like as well, and you can use different values in different quadrants. This just makes your life a little bit easier if you just focus on the first. So it looks like if I add these two together, I'll get 7 pi over 12, right? So I'm just going to rewrite this. Oh, forgive me, I don't need to do that. I'll just rewrite. We have 3 pi over 12 plus 4 pi over 12. All right. Now, if I reduce those guys, I end up getting pi over 4 plus pi over 3. All right, it looks like I'm going to focus my attention using this formula since I chose to add two things together. All right, so I end up getting tangent of pi over 4 plus tangent of pi over 3 divided by 1 minus tangent of pi over 4 times tangent pi over 3. So again, make sure that you look at the formulas and don't assume you know them because I still will sometimes mess up the plus and minuses. So always just look at your formula sheet. Okay, so this takes you to knowing what's on your unit circle, all right? And this was discussed all of Unit 5. So tangent of pi over 4, well, that is root 2, oh, forgive me. It is 1, right? Because it's root 2 over 2 divided by root 2 over 2. All right, and then I have plus tangent of pi over 3. So this just is really relying on you knowing that unit circle, which is, you know, your y values divided by your x values. So I look at pi over 3 on my unit circle. Oh, okay, I'm going to get root 3. Then I get 1 minus, well, tangent of pi over 4 we found out is 1. And then we get tangent of pi over 3, which is root 3. All right, so now I have 1 plus root 3 over 1 minus root 3. Now it depends, but most likely you're going to have to rationalize this guy. We in mathematics don't like to divide by an irrational number, and that irrational number is that root 3. So again, this is taking you back to some of your algebra days. I'm going to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. That's how you rationalize this piece. You multiply by the conjugate, and I mentioned this before, but the conjugate is the same terms except one is opposite. And now, if I go ahead and FOIL, I get 1 plus 2 root 3 plus, and that's because I do 1 times 1, I get a positive root 3, and then another root 3, and then root 3 times root 3 is 3. If I FOIL these in the denominator, I get 1 times 1 my root 3 and my other root 3 will cancel out. That's the whole purpose of it. And then I get negative root 3 times positive root 3, so I get negative 3. And if I combine like terms, I get 4 plus 2 root 3 over, well, what's 1 minus 3? Negative 2. All right, again, more algebra skills. Don't leave them hanging. If all of your terms are divisible by something, then you can go ahead and reduce it. Only if all of them are. Well, they are all reducible by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is root 3. Or 2 root 3 divided by 2, I should say. And 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. So your final answer is negative 2 minus root 3. All right. Okay, see you next time.